Y'all have like a fraction of the excitement when it comes to buying pots for your plants versus buying plants themselves. Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Caitlin from Leave Me Alone Plants, and today I figured we would do a different type of video, and instead of talking about my lovely plants, we would talk about the lovely pots that they are stuck inside. Now, this may or may not come as a surprise to you depending on how long you have been with this channel, but I own quite a few different plant pots. And throughout my travels and years of buying plants, I have kind of narrowed down my favorite places to go and buy said pots. So with that said, I am going to be going through a comprehensive list as well as pictures of what types of pots I have found in specific types of stores. So if you are interested in where to get the best, get the cheapest, and get the most unique pots, then keep on watching and we're gonna get into it right now. So I kind of have some of these stores clustered together because some of them are really similar in what they offer, but I think I'm going to start at the very bottom of this list with my least favorite, and we will get to the more exciting places as we go. Mostly as a self-serving, selfish way for me to encourage you to watch this entire video. But if you would like to skip to the end and see my favorite place, I guess you can do that too. So starting out with my least favorite, but really they're not my least favorite. I guess they're just like have the least to offer, and that is Target, Walmart, Home Depot, and Lowe's. So basically all the big box stores. Now, here's the thing. Every now and then I walk into those stores and I just find an absolute gem. The thing is, overall, on a large scale, I feel that the pots that they offer tend to be pretty average. They tend not to be super unique or things that I'm just like, I have to have. And in terms of prices, while I will say Walmart can have some really, really inexpensive pots that are pretty nice, I have gotten some really good steals of pots on sale at Target. Largely, if you're not going for them in a sale setting, I find that they tend to be a little overpriced for what they are. I think with some of the pictures I'm putting up on the screen, and I'll also try and put my estimate of what I kind of remember them costing, although many of them I bought years ago, so I might not quite be right with them. Overall, I think they're pretty average. So yeah. Overall, I think if you're starting out with plants, you maybe are already at these stores and you're not sure where to go elsewhere, these can definitely be a good option, but they tend not to be my first choice nowadays when I'm looking to go out and find a really specific pot for plants. The next place I want to talk about to buy houseplant pots at is Amazon. I tend to find that, kind of like Home Depot, the majority of pots and planters that you find on there are kind of basic. With that said, I have found some really, really unique ones on there that I absolutely am in love with. For me, it is kind of the go-to place if I'm looking for hanging planters. However, I basically am completely out of space to hang planters from nowadays, and I really don't like drilling more holes into my ceiling, so not really in the market for those. But I will say, they have some really, really cool options if you like hanging planters. One caveat to that is most of the floor planters that I find on there, you kind of have to be careful with reading the descriptions. They often end up being a lot smaller than I initially anticipated them being, so just something to keep in mind. And in terms of their pricing on there, while you do occasionally come across really good deals, I find their prices tend to not be the best. Overall, I can kind of take it or leave it for Amazon. I think the nice thing is it's basically available to anybody what's on there, and again, if you're looking for hanging planters, then I think that's a really great spot to look. Moving on to my next choice is Etsy and local nurseries. Now, I was kind of torn with where to put this on the list. The thing is, hands down, Etsy and local nurseries tend to have the coolest pots for sale. If you're looking for a pot that is going to be a showstopper and is going to be unlike anything that you have ever seen before, trust me, Etsy is your place. Additionally, at local nurseries, you often get like locally handmade things that you can't get anywhere else, so I think that that's really cool. Now, again, what's that famous saying, like nothing can be cheap and good and easy all at the same time? That's basically what's happening with these pots. If you're looking for something that you're gonna be able to get tomorrow, obviously Etsy really isn't the choice. Typically they're made to order, so it does take a while for you to get them. Additionally, they tend not to be the cheapest pots. Really, I only opt for buying pots on Etsy if it's one that like I've really wanted for a super long time, or if it's a really special plant that I want to display in a super unique way. That's kind of when I turn to Etsy. Again, not all the pots on there are crazy expensive, but I do find compared to everywhere else, they tend to be a little bit more. So if you're looking for something that, you know, you can have tomorrow or is going to be super, super cheap, then Etsy might not be the best option for you. But overall, if you are looking for that showstopper pot, then yes, Etsy is definitely the place to go. The next one that I have on this list is thrift shops. Now, I have actually for a really long time wanted to film a video just going around to local thrift shops and seeing what we can find there and kind of bringing you guys along for the ride. So if you're interested in that video, let me know. But I particularly think the best thing that you can find in thrift shops are jars and containers for terrariums. I found so many cool glass pieces in there. You've seen my video on the gumball machine terrarium. That was from a thrift store, and I have a couple other pieces that I actually want to convert into terrariums still, so perhaps you will be seeing those show up on the channel in the future. Yeah, of course the thing is you never really know what you're gonna get going into a thrift shop. If you're looking for something really specific, obviously it's probably not the place to go. It's really just a mixed bag, but if you're kind of hoping to be able to find that really unique item, I'd say thrift stores are a really good place to look. So overall for pricing, it's, believe it or not, kind of hit or miss. The thing is I don't mean to brag, but I've been into thrifting for a long time, okay? Thrift stores, you used to be able to get things for literally pennies on the dollar, and then, well, you know, Macklemore had to come make that song and ruin it for all of us. Now thrift stores are a lot more popular, and they seem to kind of have, you know, escalated their prices to be up to par with demand, which, you know, I guess is great for them. Many times their proceeds go to charity, so that's great, but I do find that it kind of depends now on the thrift store I go to. Sometimes I get amazing steals on items, and other times they literally cost just as much as it would cost me to go buy them brand new, so really hit or miss on the pricing, but either way, I still think it's a super fun option. I personally love thrifting, and yeah, if you're looking for that super unique piece, that might be the place that you find it. The next one on the list literally shocked me when I went there the first time, and it's probably gonna catch you off guard, which is Big Lots. I actually had never been into Big Lots before, and I'd been in my Facebook group, and somebody was like, "Don't walk, run, Big Lots is having a sale on planters." And literally I went there and I bought so many of them. Almost every single one of my favorite planters that I own nowadays came from the ones that I picked up from that sale, and I got them dirt cheap. Like, I'm talking, they were all less than $10. They had a huge variety, from hanging ones to like mid-century modern standing ones to just normal pots, and yeah, I really was impressed with their selection. Now, I'm not sure what their prices are in a normal setting when they're not on sale. Even still, I can't imagine they'd be like too much, but either way, I was absolutely shocked the day that I went there. I couldn't believe the deals that I got, and I will absolutely be going back to Big Lots in the future for pots. Finally, drum roll please. This is the absolute top tier, the #1 place that I like to go shopping for plant pots. Well, there's actually 2 of them, but those stores happen to be At Home and HomeGoods. Now, when I lived at Buffalo, we did not have At Home, but here in Arizona we have it, and oh my god, I absolutely love that store. However, if you don't have At Home, I'm pretty sure HomeGoods is almost everywhere throughout the country. Both of these stores I find have the coolest, the most unique, and just overall really aesthetically pleasing pots. I know a lot of you comment on really liking this pot that I have over here. This one was specifically from HomeGoods. Of course, I'll put pictures of a bunch of other ones from here and distinguish if they're from At Home or HomeGoods. The other thing that I really like about their selections at these stores is they have pot sizes in all ranges. I think something that I find really limiting at other places, you know, like the big box stores and Amazon and even Big Lots, is they tend to not have pot sizes anything much bigger than like 6 to maybe 8 inches. However, the pots that I have for my really large plants all tend to be from HomeGoods or At Home. So if you are looking for those really big statement pots, I highly recommend checking out these stores. The prices are great, and the selection that they have tends to be enormous. Finally, one pro tip that I will recommend if you are shopping at HomeGoods is to not just look at the empty pot section, but also, this might sound a little weird, check out the section where they have the fake plants. Something that I personally love to do, especially when the fake plants are on sale, if I find a pot that I love that a fake plant is in, I literally just cut the fake plant out of the pot and use it for my houseplants. I've done this on multiple occasions, and yeah, I've gotten some really unique pots out of it. So life hack. Well, that concludes today's video on places that I like to shop for houseplant pots. But if there is a place that you like to go that I did not mention in this video, please drop it in the comment section down below so I can go check it out. Let me know if you guys have interest in maybe doing like a shop along with me video for plants or pots or anything like that in the future. We can definitely do one of those. Stores are a little crazy right now for the holiday season, but once things slow down, I think that is something that we will film. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It helps out this channel a lot. And if you stuck around to the end and enjoyed what you saw, then hit that like button so you can see more videos like this in the future. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, and I hope to see you in the next one.